Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever found yourself questioning your decisions or wondering if you're on the right path in life? Sometimes we can get so caught up in the day-to-day grind that we overlook important warning signs. Whether it's in relationships, career choices, or personal growth, there are certain red flags that can easily go unnoticed. In this video, we'll be discussing 10 of these hidden red flags in your mindset that you must be aware of. But before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more insightful psychology videos like this one. Let's dive into the video without further ado. No one. Do you often blame others for your mistakes? In psychology, there's a term called self-serving bias, which is the tendency to attribute our successes to internal factors like our abilities or efforts, while blaming our failures on external factors beyond our control. This bias can lead us to feel justified in our actions, and can even make us feel superior to others. However, this attitude can also be a warning sign that we may be overestimating our abilities and taking on too much responsibility or more than we can handle. When we refuse to acknowledge our own faults or take responsibility for our actions, we may end up causing harm to ourselves and those around us. To avoid this, it is important to cultivate a growth mindset and be open to feedback and willing to learn from our mistakes. By doing so, we can become more self-aware and better equipped to handle challenges in a healthy and productive way. No two. Are you stuck in a comfort zone? Our comfort zones can sometimes feel like a safe haven, but staying there for too long can stunt our personal growth. If you find yourself avoiding new experiences and sticking to what's familiar, you might be missing out on opportunities for learning and self-discovery. Growth often happens outside of our comfort zones, so it's important to challenge ourselves to try new things and embrace discomfort as a means of expanding our horizons. By doing so, we can discover new interests, talents, and perspectives that we may have never known we had. It's also important to note that complacency can be a warning sign of underlying issues such as fear of failure, low self-esteem, or a lack of motivation. If you notice that you're struggling to grow or change, it may be helpful to seek professional help to explore these issues further. No. 3. Are you constantly negative? Our thoughts can have a powerful impact on our behavior and well-being. If you find yourself constantly focusing on the negative, you may be overlooking warning signs that can affect your mental health and overall quality of life. A study by psychologists at Harvard University found that negative thinking can lead to decreased levels of happiness and an increased risk of depression. It can also cause physical health problems such as high blood pressure and weakened immune system. Fortunately, there are ways to cultivate more positive thinking, such as practicing gratitude, mindfulness, and acts of kindness. By making an effort to focus on the good things in life, we can improve our mental and physical health and overall well-being. No. For are you too critical of yourself? While it's important to hold ourselves accountable, being too hard on ourselves can lead to decreased motivation, feelings of guilt or shame, and even physical health problems such as anxiety and depression. According to a study conducted by the American Psychological Association, excessive self-criticism can activate the same brain regions as physical pain. This can result in a constant feeling of discomfort and can make it difficult to enjoy success or positive emotions. Instead, it is important to practice self-compassion and treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to others. By doing so, we can cultivate a more positive self-image and improve our overall mental health and well-being. No. 5. Are you always people-pleasing? People-pleasing may seem harmless, but it can actually be a warning sign of low self-esteem and a fear of rejection. When we prioritize other people's needs and opinions over our own, we may be overlooking our own needs and values. This can lead to feelings of resentment and burnout, as well as strained relationships. According to a study published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, people-pleasers are more likely to experience negative emotions such as anger and depression. They may also have difficulty maintaining close relationships due to their tendency to prioritize others' needs above their own. To avoid these pitfalls, it's important to set boundaries and communicate our needs assertively. By doing so, we can build healthier relationships and avoid the negative consequences of people-pleasing. No. 6. Are you afraid of asking for help? Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a strength. When we're struggling, reaching out for support can be a crucial step towards finding solutions and achieving our goals. However, many people struggle with asking for help, often due to fear of appearing incompetent or burdening others. This reluctance to ask for help can lead to decreased productivity, feelings of isolation, and increased stress levels. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that individuals who were more open to seeking social support had greater well-being and were more satisfied with their relationships. Therefore, it's important to cultivate a mindset that values seeking help as a means of improving our lives and achieving our goals. By doing so, we can overcome the negative stigma surrounding asking for help and reap its numerous benefits. No. 7. Are you sabotaging your own relationships? We all make mistakes in our relationships, but if you find yourself constantly sabotaging your own happiness, it may be a warning sign that you need to examine your thought patterns and beliefs about relationships. According to a study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, self-sabotage in relationships is often driven by unconscious fears of intimacy or commitment. This can manifest in behaviors such as starting arguments, withdrawing emotionally, or cheating. To avoid this, it's important to develop a deeper understanding of our own emotional needs and to communicate them effectively to our partners. By doing so, we can create healthier and more fulfilling relationships that are built on a foundation of trust and mutual understanding. No. 8. Are you avoiding your emotions? Our emotions are a natural and necessary part of the human experience. However, many of us struggle with processing and expressing our emotions in a healthy way. This can lead to a buildup of negative emotions that can manifest in physical symptoms such as headaches or digestive issues. A study published in the Journal of Emotion and Social Behavior found that individuals who were more skilled at recognizing and expressing their emotions had better social and interpersonal skills. To improve our emotional intelligence, we can practice mindfulness, journaling, and seeking support from mental health professionals when needed. By developing a healthy relationship with our emotions, we can improve our overall well-being and quality of life. No. 9. Are you focusing too much on material possessions? In today's society, we're often encouraged to value material possessions and financial success as markers of a good life. However, research has shown that pursuing material possessions can lead to a number of negative outcomes, such as decreased happiness, increased feelings of loneliness, and a sense of meaninglessness. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that individuals who placed a high value on material possessions were less likely to report being happy or satisfied with their lives. Rather than focusing on acquiring material possessions, it can be more beneficial to prioritize experiences, relationships, and personal growth. By doing so, we can lead a more fulfilling and meaningful life that brings us true happiness and satisfaction. And no. 10. Are you overworking and ignoring your health? The modern workplace often encourages us to push ourselves to the limit and prioritize work above all else. However, this can lead to a number of physical and mental health problems such as burnout, anxiety, and depression. Research has shown that chronic stress and overwork can have serious consequences for our health, including increased risk of cardiovascular disease and weakened immune system. It's important to prioritize self-care and make time for activities that help us relax and recharge. By doing so, we can maintain a healthy work-life balance and avoid the negative consequences of overworking. We hope you found this video helpful and that it has given you some insight into some of the hidden red flags in your mindset that you should be aware of. Remember, you are not alone, and there is no shame in seeking help or support if you are struggling. Thanks for watching.